Welcome to the Alp English Podcast. My name is Aisha.
And my name is Daniel. Today we're traveling to a small place with a big personality, Singapore.
Imagine a city full of tall glass buildings, but also green parks and trees. Imagine clean streets, fast trains, and food from many different countries, all in one place.
This episode is for B1, B2 level English learners. We'll speak at a natural but clear speed, so you can practice listening and learn some new vocabulary. If you only know Singapore from airport photos or crazy rich movies, stay with us. There is much more to discover. Let's begin. First, where is Singapore? Singapore is in Southeast Asia. It is a small city-state at the bottom of the Malay Peninsula. To the north is Malaysia. To the south, across the water, is Indonesia. Singapore is made of one main island and several smaller islands.
The country is very small in area, but it has about 5.6 million people, so it is one of the most densely populated places in the world. That means many people in a small space. The entire country is basically one big city. The capital is also called Singapore, and people sometimes call it the Lion City.
Singapore is known for being clean, safe, and modern. The public transport system is very good. There is a fast and efficient MRT, that's the metro, and many buses. The streets are usually clean and crime is quite low. This is connected to the country's strong laws and strict rules.
For example, you can get a fine, a money punishment, for dropping rubbish on the street, eating in the MRT, or smoking in the wrong place. Some people think the rules are too strict, but many Singaporeans feel that these rules help to keep the city safe and comfortable.
What about languages and people? Singapore is very multicultural. There are three main ethnic groups: Chinese, Malay, and Indian, plus people from many other places. Because of this, Singapore has 4 official languages: English, Mandarin Chinese, Malay, and Tamil.
English is the main language for government, business, and education. Most lessons in school are in English, and people from different ethnic groups often use English to speak to each other. At home, some families speak Mandarin, some speak Malay, some speak Tamil, and some mix languages. There is also a special local way of speaking called Singlish, Singapore English. Singlish mixes English with words from Chinese, Malay, and other languages, and it has its own rhythm and style. For example, people sometimes add la at the end of a sentence, like, "Don't worry, la."
What is daily life like? Most people in Singapore live in high-rise apartments. A large part of the population lives in HDB flats. These are public housing blocks built by the government. The apartments are not free, but they are usually cheaper than private condos, and many families buy them with help from government programs.
Workdays often start around 9 a.m. and end around 6 or 7 p.m. People take the MRT or buses to go to work and school. Owning a car is possible, but it is very expensive, so many people use public transport. In the evening, people might go to a shopping mall, a park, or, most commonly, a hawker center to eat.
Hawker centers are a very important part of Singapore life. A hawker center is like a big open food court with many small food stalls. Each stall sells 1 or 2 dishes, often from a different culture: Chinese, Malay, Indian, or Western food.
Here, you can eat chicken rice, laksa, satay, roti prata, chow kueh tao, nasi lemak, and many more dishes. Chicken rice is often called the national dish of Singapore. It is simple: rice cooked in chicken broth with slices of chicken on top, served with chili sauce and soy sauce. Laksa is a spicy noodle soup with coconut milk. Satay is grilled meat on sticks with peanut sauce. Roti prata is a flatbread often eaten with curry.
In a hawker center, you can sit at a table with food from different stalls. It's not expensive, and it's a great way to see how multicultural Singapore is.
In Singapore, you can also see modern architecture and green spaces. One popular place is Marina Bay Sands, a huge hotel and shopping complex with 3 tall towers and a ship on top. From the top, you can see the city skyline. Another attraction is Gardens by the Bay, with its super tree grove, tall artificial trees covered with plants and lights.
Although it is very urban, Singapore is also called a garden city. There are many parks, and even in the city center you see trees and plants. The government has a plan to make Singapore a city in nature, to bring nature and green spaces even closer to daily life.
Let's talk briefly about history. In the past, Singapore was a small fishing village. In the 19th century, it became a port of the British Empire. Because of its location, it was an important trading point between Asia and the rest of the world. After World War II, Singapore slowly went from British rule to self-government and finally became an independent country in 1965.
Since then, Singapore has changed very fast. In just a few decades, it went from a poor developing place to a rich, highly developed city-state. Today, it is a global center for finance, shipping, aviation, and technology.
In Singapore, because there are many cultures, there are many festivals. Chinese New Year, Hari Raya Puasa, Eid, Deepavali, Christmas, all are celebrated in different parts of the city. There are areas like Chinatown, Little India, and Kampong Glam, Malay area, where you can see different styles of buildings, temples, mosques, and shops.
Shopping is a popular activity, especially on Orchard Road, a long street with many malls. On weekends, families may go to the Singapore Zoo, the night safari, or to Sentosa Island, a leisure island with beaches, theme parks, and attractions. Because it is hot and humid, many people like indoor activities too: cinemas, games, and food with friends.
Now, let's review some useful words from this episode. City-state, a country that is basically one city, like Singapore. Multicultural, having many different cultures together. Hawker center, a big open food court with many small food stalls. Singlish, local Singapore English, a mix of English and other languages. Strict, having strong rules and serious punishments. Dense, or densely populated, when many people live in a small area. You can pause now and repeat these words out loud to practice your pronunciation.
Let's do a short review. Singapore is a small city-state in Southeast Asia, with about 5.6 million people. It is known for being clean, safe, modern, and multicultural.
The 4 official languages are English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. Most people use English every day, and there is also Singlish, the local way of speaking. Daily life includes high-rise apartments, fast public transport, strict laws, and delicious food from many cultures in hawker centers.
We talked about modern buildings like Marina Bay Sands, green spaces, and the Garden City idea, a short history from fishing village to global city, and festivals and areas like Chinatown and Little India.
If you are learning English at B1 to B2 level, you can listen again, pause when you need, and write down new words or expressions. Here is a question for you. If you visited Singapore, what would you like to do first? Try food in a hawker center? Visit Marina Bay at night? Explore Chinatown and Little India? Or relax on Sentosa Island? Why?
You can write your answer in a notebook or say it out loud to practice speaking.
Thank you for listening to the Alp English podcast.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Aisha.
See you in the next episode.